Hello everybody, welcome back to Chained Echoes. Tallara here, and we are currently storming Tormund Castle. That's right, we are attempting to steal the Grand Grimoire yet again. Hopefully this time will be a bit more successful because we've got quite a diversion outside with another army actually attacking Tormund at the same time. So we're using the cover to break in and hopefully steal the Grand Grimoire. On our last episode, we actually met up with Gawain, one of the generals of Tormund, and he had some rather interesting things to say. First of all, it appears there is some sort of link between him and Glenn's mysterious internal monologue. And B, he was totally fine with letting us through, knowing that we were trying to steal the Grimoire. So clearly there's a lot to uncover there about Gawain. We'll figure that out later. I see large groups of soldiers about. I'm trying to, like, bypass them, if you will. Stay alert, soldiers. Speaking of soldiers. Who is this gal? Maria. There are rats in need of extermination running around. Supposedly our own countrymen, so show these traitors no mercy. Maria. Listen well, we need to stay away from her. She's the captain of the Valkyries. She probably commands them now that I have left Terran. She's overwhelmingly strong and out of our league. Got it. Alright, so... we won't be going that way. Which means we may need to walk into the paths of these other soldiers. After all. Aha, I managed to sneak up here, but this got us nowhere. Alright, time to fight these soldiers. It's a little 5-on-4 action, but nothing we can't handle. Right, team? Victor to put up the shield, and then we'll take them down one by one. I'm focusing on the puppies first. Getting Sienna to use bleed, as always. It's really nice for their HP to just slowly tick down while the battle goes on. Thraz can use light claymore, which will hurt everybody. Victor puts him another shield, rinse and repeat. Puppies do attack some of their own, so that's helpful. Although what's not helpful is their missile barrage took out 2 of our party members. Very much not helpful. Okay, what is the plan? I'm sweating a little bit here. We are down to the wire. What is this the time for us to bring in our new face, perhaps? This is the first time we've had Tom Key. He can use Uncanny Encounter. Cans an enemy with HP below 30%. The user might remember a new skill. So Tom Key, if we have any Final Fantasy fans in the audience, Tom Key is very similar to a blue mage in that he needs to defeat enemies to learn new abilities. Seeing as we've got a couple of guys here, less than 30% health, now's a good time. Tom Key might be able to learn some new abilities. He put the dog in a can, drank him, and learned a new skill. Kind of demented, but hey, we'll take it, right? There we go. Alright, Tom Key learned a new skill, and Glenn saved the day. All's well that ends well. Let's keep moving. Strong suit. That will definitely be an upgrade. For Miss Sienna. And then in turn, Glenn can get an upgrade. They share the same sort of light armor, so whenever we pick up light armor, I know right away it's going to be an upgrade. Speaking of, we might be able to upgrade the new equipment. The strong suit. We need elastic wings for a lot of our upgrades, which I don't have, so that's kind of our bottleneck right now. But we got that upgraded. Let's take a look. Upgrade anything else. We need elastic wings for literally everything. Alright, so that's good enough for now. We got one upgrade. Keep moving. Oh, we found the kitchen. Please spare me. I'll sell you stuff if you want. Of course, I can't give it to you for free, even if you threaten me. I'm a merchant after all. Are you selling anything good? Nope. Nope. You're not selling anything good. Come on. Oh well. Okay, we'll leave him to his kitchen duties and continue through the innermost parts of the castle. It's quite amazing here. This place is huge. Trying my best to look for loot and at the same time stay alert for any enemy soldiers. Nothing here, nothing here. More soldiers there, and a little courtyard. In which we have a topaz amulet. Very nice. That may be an upgrade for Bathraz. It sure is. Love to see it. Oh, we got a library here. Valandis' great pride was once the Mage Academy of Nissa, and even today people speak of it with fervor. Before that, Valandis was an isolated place with only a few mining villages. The reason why the founders of Nissa chose such a random location to open the greatest academy of all time is still a mystery. Perhaps the students were not supposed to be too distracted by other things. Who knows? Scientifically and technologically speaking, Valandis lags a century behind the neighboring countries. All the resources were spent on the war. One might think that at least the war machinery would be up to date. Fiddlesticks! After 150 years of war, the coin master was happy to find enough money to pay the soldiers and keep the old machines running. Recently, however, we've received a few more modern machines. I wonder what deal Prince Frederik has struck, and with whom. Always sucks to hear that you are technologically behind the rest of your neighboring countries. The soldiers around His Highness call the Grand Grimoire the weapon of the gods. I wonder which gods they mean. The old ones? The church's one god? Or the great gods? Maybe they mean the 7 true kings. At least with the 7 true kings, their existence is scientifically proven. Asnadil the dragon is sleeping on this very continent. Alright, these guys clearly aren't too concerned about strangers infiltrating the castle. They were willing to talk with me. Right. Let's just fight these guys, I guess. Try out some of our new weapons and armor. Beauty, beauty, almost done. Beauty. Great work, guys. Oh, okay, apparently that is the wrong way. For some reason, I thought it was the right way. Perhaps we need to go upstairs. Yeah, that would make sense if we're going to the throne room. We should be going upstairs. Princess Celestia? What are you doing here with them? I've heard we're under attack. Please, be careful. Look! Nebrelia's fleet has reached the coast. Nebrelia is within range. You've had 20 hours to gather your forces, but now we must hurry before their ships can switch to flight mode. While I'm ready, how about you guys? I would have never thought to feel more powerful than ever at this age. Let's make Nebrelia feel the might of Volandis. General Alina, you first. Here I go. What is that? Whoa. Yeah, these generals are very strong. The entire sea is frozen. What kind of magic is this? I've never seen anything like this. Send the sky armors out and our archers onto the ice. Tell them to put pressure on Nebrelia's soldiers. We're stuck! Commander, we're helpless against Terran's hail of arrows. The sky armor's hangars are frozen shut. We can't launch them. Damn it, I've never seen such magic. We have no choice. All men off the ships. We charge on foot. Nebrelia has entered the ice. Shall we have the archers return? No, they remain on the ice. But General, we can't let Nebrelia get suspicious. General Godfrey, your turn. Here we go! Do they command all elements? The ice is melting. Back to the ships. It was a trap. Are they gonna let their own people die? Cast away your armor or you'll drown. What a mess. One might almost pity them. Unnecessary words, General Alina. Let's get this over with. General Kenrick, your turn. What's that? This is... No! Wow, we fried them all. That's nuts. May their souls return safely to the Maelstrom. His Majesty was right. With this power, we don't even need the Grand Grimoire anymore. We have the greatest force in all of Eldrea. No one can stop us. We shall be as gods. How horrible. They've destroyed Nebrelia's fleet in one fell swoop. So that's the power the Grand Grimoire can bestow upon others. The Grimoire can do such a thing? Frederik has won this battle. Terran will continue ruling over Volandis. All the more important that we seize the stone. Molly is right. Let's not loiter any longer. Well, they may not be using the Grand Grimoire directly, but it is quite clear that their power is still very much at play, with the generals using it for these enhanced magical abilities. Before we can get to them, though, we have to deal with Baki fighters. Let's see. Let's poison them all. And they're weak to water. They keep going into counter stance, which is fine, but it means I'm not going to attack them directly. So instead, let's get blind on some of these other guys. Man, they always go right for Victor, without fail. Alright, well, seeing as everybody is in counter stance right now may be a good time to revive Victor. And Victor can do some healing. 2 to go. One to go. None to go. We got the heart of the Bakis. We must have literally ripped the hearts from their chests, which is pretty metal. Aha, and here we are. There's Frederik, there's the Grand Grimoire. Everything we want in one room. Celestia. Your cruel game has come to an end, brother. I never thought I would see your face in the ranks of my enemies. You torment our people, Frederik. Your ranks are full of hatred. There's no place for me. The people have to suffer so that we have the means to defend ourselves against Nebrelia. That's a lie. Your means are the Grand Grimoire and generals with the power of gods. What reason could there be for you to increase the levies and to make our people suffer? You have forfeited any right to hear these reasons. Someone who prostitutes her loyalty is not fit to be this kingdom's princess. Our ties are shattered. You are no sister to me anymore. Using aught to forge your kingdom, aren't you, Frederik? Like the Grand Grimoire in Wernshire, you used human lives as fuel for your weapon, didn't you? You want answers, Celestia? You should have learned by now that only the victors deserve answers. Bodyguards, to my side. Try and win your answers. Okay, I don't know who these bodyguards are. Sturm and Drang. They are, they're big. That's for sure. They are big. I kind of wish we were in our armor, but I suppose this will have to do. Luckily, we've got an ultra move ready to go. The epic music is starting. A boss battle has begun. Oof. Alright, time for Sienna to swap out with Amalia. Her and Puppy are ready to go. Oh. Well, that was a new move. Ouch. Really teamed up on Bethraz there. Time for Amalia to be in so she can use some healing. And then Victor will put up the shield, keep us nice and protected. And we need Glenn to use Buff Overdrive. Nice! One down, one to go. Alright, gang. We can do this. Hit him with all you got. Nice. Down goes Frederik's bodyguards. Ah! Are you alright? No, I've read fate wrong. I've got to warn Glenn. What's going on? It's Princess Celestia. Her life is in danger. Impossible. How strong are you? Tell me, Frederik, do you really want to build a kingdom based on hatred? I'm doing it so Valandis can finally find its peace. The only peace you bring is the one accompanied by death. The war in Valandis has never been about the people, but about power. And you are the same as the previous kings. Always so quick to judge. How can you think you can accomplish anything without getting your hands dirty? The hatred in Valandis runs deep. If we split the country again, the eternal circle of war will begin anew. I found a way to break it, but for this, I need to pay a certain price. A price I pay most gladly. Enough of these empty words, Frederik. Where's the Grand Grimoire? Glenn. You again? Gwaine? You have to save Celestia. Open the door. Look into the maelstrom. What? Open the door, Glenn. What is this pain? What are you doing to me? Timothy, I can't anymore. Don't die, Lenny. You can't die. You can't leave me alone. You have to take good care of Rob. Do you understand, Gustav? Promise me. I will. So you're the last of them. What you did to the people. What you did to my son. I will never forgive you. I'm going to kill you. All of Nisa is sinking, and all its wisdom with it. Master, we have to leave. It's not safe here anymore. Look at this mess. They've got insane, Victor. You can't leave us. You have obligations. Leave the demons' work to demons. I won't partake in this. Wow, okay. I need to pause here because this is the most shocking one yet. Clearly Glenn is, seeing into people's pasts, and apparently Sienna used to be a knight of the church? Would never, ever have guessed that. Think it over, Sienna. You have no evidence. You will be labeled a heretic. Look at yourselves. It was not the poison that sealed your fate, but your ambitions. What are these scenes? Very good, Glenn. Keep it open. Keep the door open until I get there. Your Highness. Maria. I always knew you were good for nothing, Celestia. But that you would one day raise your weapon against your own brother is something even I never would have expected. He gave me no choice. Silence. You will pay for this, Celestia. No, wait. Lenny! This looks bad, right? Don't talk. Amalia, help her! I think I'm beyond saving. Frederik, I love you, but you have to stop. She's dead! Impossible. She's not supposed to die here. We are free, brothers. Our vessel is broken, our power unleashed. But we are too early. Our plan has failed. It was not yet time for her to die. We could sacrifice ourselves and turn back time. The lives of 3 gods for the price of just a few seconds. But fate would take the same course. She would die again. Then our plan has failed. She was the last of the maidens. The Harbinger will win. Very well then, let us proceed with the destruction of the world. What is going on? Do you hear that, brothers? Look, in this period of stasis, where even the planet has stopped spinning, this boy can move. Is this part of her plan? Is fate playing with us? Listen well, young man. The fact that your knees are trembling with fear at this very moment has saved the world from its end. When the previous moments repeat themselves shortly, you will have the chance to change fate. Change fate? Now we offer our lives so that she can live again. Our blood calls for hers. You must protect her, lad. Do you hear us? If she dies again, it's all over. Huh? What was that? I always knew you were good for nothing, Celestia, but that you would one day raise your weapon against your own brother, something even I never would have expected. He gave me no choice. What is going on? Silence. You will pay for this, Celestia. No, wait! Len? What reaction speed? Not bad. Hold on, Maria. Your Highness? A sky armor? No, this is an old relic. A seraph armor. I'm too late. What folly of mine. It's you, Gwaine? Good job, Glenn. You've saved Celestia's life. What was that? What were those beings? Here, take the stone. Now, get out of here. What are you doing, Gwaine? Saving your life, Your Majesty. But... let's get out of here. Let them go, Maria. I will. Let them go. 3 Vayne had to die just because I was too slow. Is my strength fading, or was I too foolish? The news of victory over Nebrelia spread throughout the world. Volandis became a frightening neighbor to many. For his lords and knights, King Frederik I of Terran organized feasts and showered them with land and gold. All the while, the common people stayed behind in the shadows of the bonfires, listening to their families' death cries that howled louder than the wind. The king had won the war, but he had lost the love of his people. Celestia was officially branded a traitor by her brother. The story told was that she was the illegitimate child of the late queen and some disloyal soldier. From a historical perspective, this narrative would turn out to be a grave mistake on Frederik's part, as it gave the resistant groups across the country a guiding light to follow. Thus, it happened that more and more resistors sought out Hermit's Isle to fight alongside the Crimson Wings against King Frederik. And so the times were darker than ever before. Calamities struck Eldrea and threw it into a spiral of terror and fear. Famines, wars, and the Black Death killed hundreds of thousands. Darkness started to guide people's fates, and it was from this darkness that evil manifested itself. It is said that in the beginning, this evil was nothing but a starving boy, but it knew how to satisfy its hunger from the suffering and grief around it. The boy became a man, then a monster, eventually a demon, and finally something beyond anything imaginable. It became a will-less force of evil that swept over the land and destroyed everything. Our ancestors, the great heroes around Leonar, faced it, but even they stood no chance against the sheer emptiness. Instead of killing it, they had no choice but to banish the Harbinger into a prison with the help of the Vayne. Ooh, his speech doesn't seem to have an end. Haha, let him have it. He only gets to do it once a year, after all. Ah, if it isn't my beloved HO3. How are you faring? I'm doing great, Lord Van. I didn't know you'd be here. You're locked up in this palace like a nun. There are not many opportunities for me to see my fiancé. Oh, right. How could I forget? I'm already counting the days. It will be the biggest wedding ever given to a maiden. Sounds promising. Getting married is really fun. Hey, Timothy, let's get out of here. What? I can't stand it here. Neither the speech nor this guy, Van. Move. Excuse me. Great, no one's here. I've always wanted to try these puzzles. But your lessons in passing these trials won't begin until next year. Oh, don't be like that. I just want to get a taste of it, so I don't embarrass myself in front of the others later. Fine. Ahem. So let me officially welcome you. These are the trials that you'll find in sanctuaries such as the Shambhala. If you pass them, you'll be granted entry and can access equipment and gold that has been deposited for you by the Order. Also, it is there that you can contact our allies, the Vane. They will... I already know all that. Let's get started. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we just officially finished Act 2, and similarly to when we finished Act 1, we are now in a different time, perhaps the past, with a different reincarnation of Lenny. We still don't have all the answers, but it looks like some puzzles await us. A lot just happened. I'm gonna take some time to digest, and I recommend you guys do the same, and I'll see you guys back here again real soon for another episode of Chained Echoes.